Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we're going to listen to some crazy theories that may or may not be true. Let's get after it.
In this scene, Chris Hadfield bends down in order to adjust something, and you can see on the back of his shirt a couple of upticks on either side, where you would expect wires to come in on either side of that harness. Of course, they've computer graphicked out the supporting wires.
That's clear as day right there. Even if they do have people floating around up in space, and I'm not saying that they do or they do not, I'm on the fence about it myself. But even if they do have people floating around up there, we're not getting video footage of them. We're getting faked stuff.
Did you know that celebrities are really using up so much Ozempic that real patients who need their prescriptions aren't getting it? And now there's a new list of suspects for who is on Ozempic, and Jimmy Kimmel called out all these celebrities at the Oscars this Sunday.
When I look around this room, I can't help but wonder, is Ozempic right for me?
This is serious, though, because doctors are sounding off on Twitter saying things like, the USA in 2023 is rich people going hog wild over Ozempic to fit into their designer clothes while my patients die for the lack of diabetes medication. If you don't know, Ozempic is a prescription medication used to help diabetes patients lose weight and save their lives, but now celebrities are using it for their own weight loss. We already know Elon Musk used a version of this medication to help him lose weight because he admitted it. And he definitely has Ozempic face, which is the worst side effect. Ozempic changes the way your body stores fat, and it especially takes fat away from your face, leaving your face looking gaunt, hollow, and prematurely aged. Khloe Kardashian has been greatly accused of being on it, but has denied it, saying that she just works out every day. Fitness legend who has worked with celebrities Jillian Michaels said that she's had to get at least 8 people that she knows off of Ozempic because she told them it's not good for them. Mindy Kaling is now a massive suspect to be on Ozempic from her weight loss, especially after the Oscars on Sunday, how she looked. I saw a lot of people throwing out accusations that Lady Gaga is on Ozempic now. And without saying she's definitely on it, she really looks like she's at her skinniest. Before I show the last new suspect, make sure you follow so you keep getting updates on the Ozempic controversy and conspiracy because I will be posting more. I've seen that everyone is now accusing Meghan Markle of being on Ozempic too because she's been stepping out, looking her skinniest, and potentially having Ozempic face.
I think it's hilarious that they have the Ozempic face is supposedly a thing, because everyone I've ever seen personally that's lost weight, they lose it firstly in their face, and then they start losing it everywhere else. But Mindy Kaling, regardless of what she's on, she needs to slow down. She doesn't even look like the same person.
Did you know that the Tuatha tribe was the first inhabitants of Ireland? And allegedly, they were all killed by St. Patrick. They were referred to as Akin by other African tribes, but by Europeans, leprechauns, meaning small body. The average height of the Tuatha tribe, just 5 feet tall. They practiced matriarchy and had women leaders. And these leprechauns could apparently do magic. They had advanced knowledge of medicine, metallurgy, textile, and clothing manufacturing. It's important to know that at this point in time, these tribes were referred to as Naga, which translates to people of the serpent. And this theory suggests that St. Patrick didn't actually force snakes out of Ireland, but the Tuatha tribe. It was mass genocide. And the Tuatha tribe didn't have a written history or written practices. They had certain people dedicated to remember the history of their tribe. So once they were killed, the history was lost, and religious temples were built on top of where their tribe used to live. What do you
I think it's awful convenient to have such a detailed analysis of their history and then say, but I've got no proof to back this up because they didn't write anything down and they're all gone now. Not saying that they didn't exist. There's got to be some evidence of their existence if he's claiming that there's artifacts and whatnot, but I don't know how much faith we could put in his depiction of their existence.
This is Madonna then, this is Madonna now. Demi Lovato then, Demi Lovato now. Billie Eilish then, Billie Eilish now. Sam Smith then, Sam Smith now. Lil Nas X then, Lil Nas X now. Beyonce then, and Beyonce now. There is a serious spiritual war going on. A war for our minds, for our souls, and the minds and souls of our children.
Man, it is crazy. It seems like you have all these celebrities that show up this overnight success, seemingly. I know that there's a lot of work behind the scenes for years in a lot of cases, but you have these seemingly overnight successes pop up, and such as Billie Eilish or Sam Smith or Post Malone, And it seems like 90% of them start off just really grateful and appreciative, and they just can't believe that they've been given this opportunity. And then slowly they turn into this openly worshiping evil entities and on stage performing rituals and stuff. Something is wrong with the music industry. The only one that seems like he's held on to his humility is Post Malone, and I've been hearing some weird stuff about him here lately too. Just looks like some sort of it looked like a baby cow that was deformed, maybe got injured during birth or something, and didn't have a lot of hair growth yet. That's what it looked like, honestly. It's kind of creepy looking, but poor thing couldn't help that probably.
The most bizarre thing that I've seen yet in Northern Ireland. Look at it, watch. This thing just opens, it closed, you saw it, right? They said there was no editing or anything of that nature at all. Like, people went and tried to check it out. They had scientists go and check it out. They have no idea what this is. It's bizarre, man.
Does anyone know, I know this is a super short clip, but does anyone know what show this was supposedly taken from that shows this door opening and closing on its own? If anyone can help me out with that, it would be greatly appreciated, because I would like to do some research and maybe do a singular episode on that, because I'm fascinated by all these rocks that look like tree roots.
¿Esto será obra de la madre naturaleza o será provocado?
C'è sta piovendo solo qua. Ci credo. È una cosa allucinante. Sopra non c'è niente.
Assurdo.
E sta piovendo qua. Polizia scioccata.
Non mi era mai capitato.
Ma stiamo facendo i video alla pioggia. Sì, sì.
Assurdo.
Non capiscono, loro non capiscono.
This video reminds me of a day whenever I was a kid. We were playing out my grandmother's front yard. My grandfather owned this 1,000-acre farm, and on one side of it was my grandmother. On one side of the road, was my grandmother's house. On the other side was just a wide open pasture, and there were some trees and stuff separating different pastures on further back. So we're sitting there playing tag in the front yard, and all of a sudden storm clouds start to show up. And before you know it, it starts pouring down rain, thunder, lightning, all of it. And it's dead center, right down the center of the street. You can see a division where half the road is getting soaked and the other half is just barely getting sprinkled on, where the rain has stopped, dead center in the middle of the road. And we played in her front yard for over 15 minutes before we were made to come in because the rain started to come our way. The ripples in the water don't look very real to me. At first I thought it might be somebody actually swimming in that water, but now I'm more convinced that it's like a halfway decent blender or CGI out of Unreal Engine or something.
Look at that helicopter bailing it. Holy crap. Look. You see that cloud? Look, you see that cloud going in? Go. 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 Wait. You see that straight line? I see the serpent. Oh, God. Look at this. I see it, Mom. We're watching. No, look at this picture I got. Look, you see it? You see it? Sam, look.
Okay, at first I thought I was seeing something in those two, but now I'm just convinced that it's just a very interesting looking cloud and the light's lighting it up from behind and making it look like it's more solid than it is. That person's clearly faking those. Those are really fun to watch. And it's cool to see the old cornucopia logo that we all know really existed, that somehow has been wiped from existence.
Do you remember this man, Lil Uzi Vert, which if you say fast enough literally sounds like Lucifer, but he put a $24 million pink diamond in his forehead, right over his third eye. He did this really creepy performance last week at Rolling Loud, and everybody's calling him out for it, including Tony Yayo and Summer Walker. The performance began with three figures jumping around in a shadowy castle. Some people believe this is the mysterious Holy Trinity in heaven. Moments later, red light takes over the back of the stage and Lil Uzi Vert enters, only for the White Castle to be washed in red light as he continues to perform. This imagery may allude to Lucifer's rebellion in heaven. Finally, he stands in front of an assortment of graves marked with crucifixes. He then calls forth 3 pillars of flame to the stage. However, it's the lyrics he's saying in the clip I'm about to show you that really made people upset. And while it's easy to miss, he was also wearing a pentagram during the performance. And while this is far from the first time that he's being associated with claims of Satanism or being the devil, it's the implication that he's turning his girlfriend, JT, of the popular rap group City Girls, into a Satanist that has people stirred up, with some of her fans stating that Lil Uzi Vert is just doing this to stir up trouble for his ex-girlfriend. But JT is yet to make a statement on where she stands with the song or Lil Uzi Vert in general. I'm going to leave you with a clip from the concert that, for me, feels a little dystopian.
I don't know if anyone's trying to summon something during a show. It's this dude. Do not go to one of his concerts. I'm going to include Lil Uzi Vert shows with whenever I say stay out of the murky water.
In October of 2020, a sharp-eyed investigator scans satellite images of Antarctica and comes across a site that stops author Brad Olson in his digital tracks. It's a metallic-looking object half covered in ice. Look closer. It sure seems to be a raised disc casting a shadow onto the ice. Olson thinks that as the ice melts, an alien spacecraft has emerged from where it was left thousands of years ago. But what alien would park their ride in such a hostile place?
Antarctica and Mars are both extremely sterile environments. If I were a Martian and I wanted to choose a place on Earth to live, Antarctica, it'd be the closest thing to home I could find.
That's assuming you know what their home planet would look like. That looks fake. The contrast of that ring, the blackness of it looks darker than everything else that's should be the same black level in the rest of the video footage. Like it looks too dark. Now going back and looking at it a second time, I'm wrong. It doesn't look too dark, but there's something about the darkness of it. Like the blackness, just the color looks different. Like it's got some more brown in it or something. It matches pretty good. I don't know. I'm not convinced that it's really there when they're filming. I could be wrong. I know that this one, supposedly there's a lot of clips of it. I haven't seen any of them, but so far I'm going to say this is something that's not actually in the air when they're filming.
If you know, you know. Wait, celebrity skin suits.
Fred Savage?
I'm also Tony Danza, Cameron Manheim, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Kevin Nealon, John Forsythe, and Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich.
Call it bizarre, kind of disturbing, and a little freakish. Emma peels away a latex mask and bust to reveal the Sophia. Just can't help but wonder what's going on.
Alright, now that had to be CGI. Where's the hair?
Wait a minute. There is definitely something different about the two of you. Collagen, 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 collagen.
See that? This one, you can see this one clear as day. Clear as day. Okay?
Wait, isn't that the same Tyler Perry who literally wears skin suits and acts as other characters?
If you listen to the voice on Tyler Perry speak when he speaks, you will clearly hear Will Smith.
She was so happy to have that. It's very sentimental for me, and we do a lot of shooting down here for a lot of the shows.
I've been totally computer generated since like the 90s.
We do a lot of shooting down here for a lot of the shows.
It's 2019, y'all. Nothing's real.
That's a costume. That's a costume. That's a costume.
I don't know how we expect to go to the movies.
Collagen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Michael Jackson. Like, how the hell are we going to actually go to the movies? He has his disguise on, you know?
So at this point now, I'm tripped out because I'm like,
That's Michael.
saw Mike just change and turn into a whole nother person. Like, he was a king of disguises. Like, this nigga could have been standing next to you the whole time. You would not even know it was Mike.
That disguise to him was the burn victim. And Dave, yes, that's his name.
To his Encino house. I think I was at the Encino house. Hello all, this is Dave. How are you? I want to thank each and every one of you for your overwhelming support. May God bless you. I love you. Good night. Thank you very much for all of your support, and may God bless you all. I love you. Goodbye.
That's a costume.
Well, that's a lot to unpack. I'm not saying I believe all this, it's just a theory.
I don't know, that one was fun. The Tyler Perry one, supposedly being Will Smith, is really funny. He needs to lean more into his Tyler Perry stuff because the Will Smith stuff's not going so well right now.
Oh, well. So I'm up here in Connecticut, right? Does anybody see the prices of these combo meals? The prices of a Big Mac combo meal? $16.89? Y'all remember them stimulus checks that they gave out? Thought you was getting away with that stimulus.
Yeah, I think that's more of a direct result of increased minimum wages in positions that don't quite deserve it.
Why so few, you say? There are not a few of these giant trees. The remnants are everywhere. Our eyes only allow us to see small glimpses of what was. But the more your eyes open, the more you realize that these ancient trees were everywhere. You see, we have been told to dismiss what our eyes have told us for so long. Erasing all truths of the old world is a vast and extensive lie that branches off into all facets of our life. The lies are numerous, and the reason for it is quite simple. Those unaware of their true past, of their true capabilities and origins, are all that much more easier to control. It's not just about giant trees. Though the giant trees for me and many others were a big eye-opener to the true beauty of this world, to what's worth uncovering, and how much of it is hidden in plain sight for us to find. They want us thinking we're just hurtling around on a spinning rock in vast sea of nothingness, and we're just lumps of cells that don't matter, and all that around us is just rock. But trust me, friends, once you start opening your eyes to the true beauty of this realm, it truly inspires you and uplifts your spirits in ways you can never imagine. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Damn, I almost feel inspired. I really like that theory, the ancient gigantic tree theory. And man, when you see some of these aerial shots, it almost looks like it couldn't be anything else. It's fascinating. What do you guys think? Hey, if you're enjoying this video, I make another one just like it every single day. You should come back tomorrow and join me. Oh, and hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 10,000. I'm hoping to get there by Christmas.
I hate to be that guy. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Do you drink wine? Do you drink beer? You're gonna want to save this video. This is for educational purposes only. Share this with someone you love, care, and respect. One of two things are gonna happen after you watch this video. You're either gonna stop or you're gonna continue drinking beer and wine. Run that video, comment below. 19 out of 20 most popular wine and beer tested positive for containing glyphosate poison. Yikes. Run that video, comment below.
Out of the 20 most popular beer and wine brands in the United States tested positive for containing this carcinogen. Here they are. I'll read the list. Suderholm Merlot, Beringer Founders Estates Moscato, Barefoot Cabernet Sauvignon, Incari Malbec, Frey Organic Natural White. Those are the wines, and here are the beers. We have Coors Light, Miller Lite, Budweiser, Corona, Heineken, Guinness, Stella Artois, Ace Perry Hard Cider, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, New Belgium Fat Tire Amber Ale, Sam Adams, Stella Artois, and Sam Smith's Organic Lager. Every single one of these beverages tested came back positive for containing Monsanto's glyphosate. That's a very real problem. Now, the company came out, which is now owned by Bayer instead of Monsanto, and said, hey, relax. The level of glyphosate in these beverages is well below what the EPA says is a safe limit, which is ironic that they would point that out because this EPA, and the company frequently throws this in our face, it says that glyphosate's not harmful. So if it's not harmful, why would there be a safe limit? The story of glyphosate is a very sordid one, and you have to go back to the 90s to fully understand what's happened with our EPA and the regulation of glyphosate, because back in the early 90s, late 80s actually, I believe, they said that, yeah, glyphosate gives you cancer. Unequivocally, it gives you cancer. And then Monsanto intervened, spent a lot of money, funded a bunch of fake studies, and then the EPA said, oh, okay, never mind, it doesn't cause cancer. Oops, sorry.
Well, I'm glad I quit drinking about a year ago. You can't even go out and drink yourself a healthy beer or six anymore. What's the world coming to? Whoo, buddy, that'd be terrifying.
Tesla sees dead people.
Dude, that was creepy. Oh my god.
All right, Elon Musk has some explaining to do because this is like the 7th or 8th video I've seen like this now. He has to have programmed these things to do this.
Y'all ever heard of the Egyptian temple that was unearthed in Tennessee? Right around Knoxville, actually, back in the 30s. They discovered it whenever they were building the Norris Dam. So where is this ancient Egyptian temple in Tennessee? Well, right here, you ask. The approximate location of the Egyptian temple in Tennessee is now underwater, just like I said. Hold on. I mean, it's known as the Cox Mounds and stuff. The story has been embellished and made mysterious, with some internet sources claiming a cover-up of ancient Egyptians in America. And the excavation was halted when the temple was found. Then they flooded it. And the excavation work was carried out by students under the guidance of supervisors. The project identified 23 sites with 29 mounds, including 12 burial mounds and 17 mounds with prehistoric structures. The Cox Mound in Tennessee was excavated in 1934 and found to have been constructed from a series of structures built on top of each other, forming an 8-foot high mound. This mound alone, I mean, it had 49 burials. I mean, it fell, collapsed a couple times, but the original cedar and stuff was still there. Now, this is what I'm unsure of. Allegedly, this is some of the artifacts that they found out there. Keep in mind now, this is in Tennessee. This is Egyptian stuff. They even put it in books and all that stuff. So look, if y'all want more about this, I'm gonna do like a 10 or 15 minute video, probably on my YouTube, or I might just put it on here. So if you want part 2, just ask for part 2, and we'll dive more in depth. You know what I'm saying? Have a good day.
That's pretty cool. Tennessee happens to be my home state, and I'm more from the Middle Tennessee area, and that's East Tennessee. But I've been all through there, going to the mountains and stuff. That's actually where this came from. So that's interesting. I'm going to have to, the next time I go to Gatlinburg and drive through Knoxville, I'm going to have to go through there and see if I can't find the location of that temple. If I do, I'll get some video of it, throw it up on the channel. Guys, that's the end of this video. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here, and I will be back tomorrow with another one. I will see you tomorrow.